Part 2, take 2. Let's try to finish this out. Stacy George coming back from California. When you guys pop on, let me know where you're watching from. But we were talking about the first principle, the science of getting rich. And I came to the part where it talks about they have found the strongest proof of what works. And they talk about if one man who reads this book gets rich by doing so, by doing what it tells him to do, then that is evidence in support of their claim in this book, okay? But if every man who does what it tells him to do gets rich, that is positive proof until someone goes through the process and fails. So as of right now, nobody has failed that has put this process and the steps and thinking in a certain way, and nobody's failed at getting rich by doing what this says, right? So the theory is true until the process fails, and this process will not fail. But for every man who does exactly what this book tells him to do, he will get rich. Hey Renato, how are you? Okay, get your princesses. How you doing? Hey Jolie, how are you? So, I'm learning about... Okay, cute, baby. I'll be done in just a minute. I told you give me like 5 minutes, okay? Go. Okay, thank you for my kiss. So, they say men get rich by doing things in a certain way. And in order to do so, men must become able to think in a certain way. What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Hey, Todd. How are you? So they say that the steps in this book, if you do what it says, will make you. It's the process of getting rich, you guys. But to do things in a way you want to do them, you will have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think. But this is the first step towards getting rich. So every man has the natural and inherent power to think, right? We all have the power to think and what he wants to think. But it requires far more effort, you guys, to do so than it does to think the thoughts which are suggested by appearances. So to think according to appearance is easy. To think truth regardless of appearance is laborious, right? And requires the expenditure of more power than any other work man is called upon to perform. So here's the thing. To look upon the appearance of disease will produce the form of disease in your own mind, right? And ultimately in your body. But unless you hold the thought of the truth, which is that there is no disease, it is only an appearance and the reality is health. Okay? To look upon the appearances of poverty will produce corresponding forms in your own mind. And unless you hold the truth that there is no poverty, there is only abundance. So, retraining that thinking, retraining and think your mind, reprogramming it into believing that there is a certain way, right? How you doing, Todd? Good to see you on here. But here's the thing. The power can only be acquired by getting a hold of the basic fact, which is behind all appearances. And that fact is that there is one thinking substance, one, from which and by which all things are made. Here we go again. And then we must grasp the truth that every thought held in this substance becomes a form. Happy, yes, I'm happy, baby. And, okay. Becomes a form, and that man can impress his thoughts upon it as it caused them to take form and become visible things. So, what's up, Jeremy? How you been, man? Long time no see. Hey, Joseph, how are you? Hey, Josh. Good to see y'all. Where's everybody watching from today? What's up, Beth? How are you? But when we realize this, we lose all doubt and fear, right? For we know that we can create what we want to create. And we can get what we want to have, and we can become what we want to be. So, as the first step toward getting rich, you must believe the 3 fundamental statements given previously in this chapter. And that we've already talked about it. And in order to emphasize them, you must repeat them. So there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. So a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. What are you guys bringing to yourself? What are your thoughts? I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. Like, what do you desire to have in your life? Share it with me, because by sharing it with me, I believe that is another way to put it out into the universe. Talk about it. Like she does, right? Yes, yes. Helping in any way possible, right, Todd? Anyway, so here is the last part of this chapter, and you must lay aside all other concepts of the universe that is a monistic one, right? I had to look up the meaning of that because I didn't know what monistic was. And you know what? It's a theory or doctrine that denies the existence of a distinction or duality in some sphere, such as between mind and matter or God and the world. So I had to look that up because I've read this whole thing, and that was the one word that I was like, what does that mean? And it's just really interesting that there is a certain way to getting rich, and it's helped so many other people. Nobody has failed by learning these steps in this book, right? So, and you must dwell upon this until it's fixed in your mind. So fixing your state of mind, and it has become an habitual thought, something that just happens naturally, right? So read these creed statements over and over again is what it's telling me to do. And I'm not going to stop, because if this is the first principle, and I'm not just talking about materialistic things, you guys, like I'm talking about an overall abundance of beautiful things that I'm trying to gravitate towards my life and to others around me by simply just thinking about it nonstop. Like, I'm almost obsessed with it because I love to help people. And if it takes me working on myself day in and day out, then so be it. Game on. I'm ready for it. But fix every word upon your memory and meditate upon them until you firmly believe what they say, what you say. If a doubt comes to you, cast it aside as sin. Get rid of it. Stop doubting yourself. But do not listen to arguments against this idea, you guys. Do not go to churches or lectures where a contrary concept of things is taught or preached. Do not read magazines or books which teach a different idea. If you get mixed up in your faith, all your efforts will be in vain. Do not ask why these things are true, nor speculate as to how they can be true. Simply take them on trust. The science of getting rich begins with the absolute acceptance of this faith. So, I'm excited, and I have it in front of me every day now, and I'm going to read this until it is embedded in my head, until I get it secondhand, right? Until it just comes naturally to me. But game on. And there's 2 more chapters that are a must in this book. And once I get through those, I will be talking about them, because this is some beautiful stuff, you guys. Hey, Kimmy, how you doing? Hey, guys, thank you so much for your love and support. I love each and every one of you. But if you have not read this book, I'm a big girl. Yes, you are a big girl. I love you guys, and life is beautiful, and it's worth giving it your all. And this is what it's about, you guys. Finding yourself again, finding what you're passionate about, and helping others. What happened? right. I love you guys. Bye-bye.